cool. Essentially, you can add on. Essentially, this is going to add. Let's see. I would say 1 armor for that roll.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You put over some light steel armor over the body.
Yeah, I'm more interested in actually protecting it against the sand and dust more than bullets.
Yeah. So you put some rubber on it so the sand doesn't get into the joints.
Yeah, that and some light sheeting of metal. I still need it to be pretty fast, so I don't want it to lose anything. But yeah, 1 armor sounds about right. Right, fair enough.
And Adam, I don't mean to be particularly rude about anything here. Not that I suspect I could offend you anyway, but that box you got there could have some important info in it or something like that anyway. So, we head into dangerous areas. We can't be sure that droid body of yours is going to make it out in one piece. Maybe we should stash that somewhere in here where it's going to be a little safer, more secure.
Adam's drone arm that's currently in the middle of, slowly building the armor around the Michael drone is going to stop, and his fans are going to fire off at full speed. Very obvious that, his cortex is running, overheating for a few seconds before it replies with, "That would not be a good idea," and continue to work on the Michael drone.
Well, if you say so, I'll trust you on it for now.
Would you like to listen to some music, Administrator? I have your favorites queued up.
Sure, that'll help me relax.
The AI version of changing the topic.
Right, I'll put on some soft music for the Administrator as I keep working on the Michael drone.
Like some jazz or something. It's like...
Yeah, something nice. Something relaxing for the biologicals that are, causing me to question things. Actually, no, I'm not questioning things. I'm perfectly fine.
Exactly.
Beep boop.
Perfectly fine.
Beep freaking boop.
There is much bleep blooping going on. Now, is there anything else anybody wishes to do? Because you guys can still question Adam, you can do anything you wish.
You guys are probably noticing Adam is acting a bit strange, yes?
What's Integra doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if they're...
What I heard about Integra, essentially she's napping on the sofa.
Lazy woman sleeping all day.
Essentially she's done her work and she's just lazing around Caleb's front room, just drinking beers, sitting on the sofa and watching TV until the job.
Of course.
Not in the most ladylike way either, but still.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep drinking and passing the time.
Okay, Caleb, you were talking before?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I don't know that there would be an opportune moment for this, but at some point, if it seems like Adam's processes are otherwise occupied, I'd like to try to tap into his programming and see if I can figure out why he's suddenly acting kind of shifty.
I mean, you're the Administrator, you have full access.
Yeah.
Would you like to tap into Adam's primary systems? Go right ahead.
Would you like to touch Adam in his special play?
If you plug in, could you make a computer at 4 purples, please?
Okay, and I will go ahead and use my cybernetic to suffer 2 strain and downgrade that to
3. Okay.
Can I assist him on, hacking or getting into myself?
Well, strangely enough, you don't feel like you should.
Very well. I will
he has
continue
full
to work on
access.
the drone.
You're giving him full access, so there's no point.
Good. I'll just keep churning away on the drone then. Beep
Okay.
boop, beep boop.
Just bleep blooping.
Yeah, he's so helpful.
I know, isn't he?
Oof.
Right.
Might want to reroll that with a destiny die.
Remember the house rules. You can't re-roll, only the watch has the ability to do that.
Alright, well, use the watch.
Is Ruben? I'm not even sure Ruben's paying attention to what's going on. But
Does it need to be Ruben that does it?
I'm not
Not-
wearing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as you're wearing and have the object, you can use it. So, as you're going through the computers, you look through your system. He seems perfectly fine, the same as he was before when you checked him.
Love protocols are still enabled. Would you like to
Yeah.
disable any of his love protocols?
I will say, with that advantage, you do notice that he seems there is an error report. That seems like he had an error in conflict with one of his minor principles. That's about
I'll look into that, I guess.
It's basically a single line of code that tells you, oh, there was a minor error, like a conflict here relating to inform corporate, essentially. Like one of his minor goals is to inform corporate of everything. It's, every corporate AI has this.
If I can I program in just a simple subroutine that would notify me on like a data pad or something whenever he tries to access corporate like that, send a message?
Well, you can just tell him to do so.
I'd like to do it sneakily.
Alright, you may roll another computers. Adam, you may resist this if you desire to.
I mean, if he's doing it sneakily, Adams might automatically attempt to defend himself.
Yes,
That's
so
fair.
you can use opposed computers checks at 2 purples.
Right, and I have defensive. Actually, let me double check that. I have something for this, maybe. Don't remember. Let's see, it should be under character info. Those skills that you have, no. Under combat? Yes. I'd like to add a black dice to his dice rolling because of defensive slicing. When I'm defending a computer system, I add a 1 black dice to whoever assaults me.
Okay, so you have 1 black dice, Caleb, for your roll.
Alrighty.
And I will just automatically defend myself.
Okay.
Alright, and it's not super important. I'm not going to worry about spending. Yeah.
Alright, so as you try that, Adam automatically defends himself against what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
Is it-
Adam, it has no particularly offense to what you're doing. It's more like, automated self-defense systems engaged. Beep boop, beep boop. Like all drone upgrades going on. I see you're attempting to change my primary coding. Would you like some help with that, Administrator?
Yeah, sure. If you wouldn't mind just in the future, if you feel compelled to contact our corporate overlords, if you wouldn't mind letting us know when you're doing that.
Setting updated. Please specify method of communication.
Verbal's fine, I suppose.
Confirmed. I'm so helpful.
Yes, you are.
Oh, thinking on it though, that error code that I had found, was there a timestamp on that?
That was literally a few moments ago when he was explaining the device.
Okay, I would have figured as much anyway, but that does confirm my suspicions a little bit.
Hmm.
And that's all I had.
Okay. Hey, anything else? Anyone?
Let's do it.
Just do it then. Okay then. A few days pass, and everybody is getting ready to move out. Integra seems to be getting ready to move out with you guys. She's looking down towards the newly modified Bygirl drone that's probably walking around by this point.
Oh, actually, I completely forgot about this. Oh, because that's why I forgot about it, because he put the thing back in that cavity. But I was going to say I do have a auto pistol that I could install in that.
Well, that's the thing. The weapon part of it is no longer there. It's literally
Oh, the
somebody's turned
whole
its-
system is gone.
Yeah, someone's turned its insides into a briefcase, essentially.
Don't worry,
Okay,
we
I
shall
follow now.
fit a huge amount of explosive there, and we shall use Adam as, do what we say, we'll blow you up.
You can actually fit quite a few items within this cavity.
Here.
That's
I
good
did
to
it.
know.
And now
Any-
you've discovered that the compartment exists, you can lock it.
I'll start with locking it, that makes sense.
Mhm.
I must keep all of my pencils safe, so I'll put them in there.
You put your small office supplies back in. Thankfully,
Amazing.
it's nice and soundproof as well, so you don't hear the rattling.
That is very useful.
I do have to ask, is the stapler a red swing line?
Yeah, it's a red stapler, I've already decided.
We definitely have to keep that safe. That is going to be pivotal to the end game of this entire campaign.
Just installing Adam with crazier and crazier stuff.
They're about to detonate a nuke. The only thing that can stop it is a stapler.
Well, I'll throw the stapler at some point to distract someone to, end up saving us the game. You joke, but I'll keep that safe, and when Roshi least expects it, I'll put it out and save the day.
Turns out the final boss is a stack of paperwork and you staple it to the table. We win.
The final boss is always paperwork.
Exactly. After all
Probably
this, you're
playing
just going to
Road
do
Trader.
a massive paperwork. You discover once you take down the corporations, you have to deal with their paperwork, and then it's just not worth it anymore.
That was their plan all along. We didn't actually win, they let us, so we can do the paperwork. The fiends.
Do their taxes.
Exactly. Now, let's have a look. Right.
So much flickering, something fuck is going on.
Roll 20 acting up again.
Is that a Baneling?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Those kind of look like the Scrin from the Command and Conquer series, but yeah, that does look like the splitting Baneling versions.
It's not being like. So that's your beast. It's scary.
I guess.
Yes, I'm sure these Azure beasts roll up into a ball and then explode in green liquid that up to everything.
Of course.
They also bury underground, and if you detonate them underground, they actually deal no damage.
Now, you guys are heading out towards the location, I suspect?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A general area of what it looks like is the area off to the right. As you can see, there are a few plateaus here and there, some dunes, but there is a road that seems to go through the area towards Austin.
Yeah, and I think we were looking to set up at any point where the road really passes through tight quarters in the canyons so that they wouldn't have a lot of room to maneuver.
And I'm trying to look for a good sniper position at extreme range after I get my delivery.
Okay. Yeah, you did get your delivery, by the way, just so we're clear.
I'm assuming
like the drone.
there's at least because if it's like this area, can I climb somewhere like maybe up here so I can overlook the road from up above or something?
I would have to ask you to make a climb check, but
I'll do
yes,
it.
you could.
Right.
That would be athletics.
Athletics, right. Difficulty?
Yeah, 2 difficulty. It's a craggy rock, so it should be 2.
Well, feet don't fail me now. Oh, look at that.
Alright, you do drop your cigar, but otherwise you do make it to the top.
God damn it, 4 success and I still lost my cigar? This is the worst day ever.
This is probably the next worst thing to a critical failure.
So,
can
by
see
the
it
way,
just
while
fall
I'm
down
climbing,
below.
suddenly I launch my feet somewhere so they can be the only thing supporting me so I can free my hand so I can light another cigar. Then I look towards the heavens and I give the middle finger to God as I continue climbing.
Understood. You eventually do make it up to where you were, and now as Logan's getting set up, the others, Integra is with you, and she's like, "Well, you got a plan, boys?"
Well, gonna bury this bit of explosives here with the remote detonator. I'm gonna be hiding in the dirt nearby when the front of the car gets close enough. Pop a detonator, jump up out of the sand, weld the back door shut, while Adam goes ahead and hacks into their systems and pumps in some crazy purple knockout gas.
I see. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a few backups somewhere, close by, but if we take it fast enough, we should be able to get in and out as soon as possible. I'll make sure to stay close enough that I can charge in when you need me.
Ruben kind of is like sheepish, and he's like, I really don't know what I'm doing here. Can I stick with you, Integra?
Yeah, sure, come with me. She puts her arm around you and starts tugging you over to a nearby rock to hide behind.
Logan, of course, takes note of that for his sniper rifle and is not very pleased. Logan will remember this, Ruben.
No.
Adam notes down the sexual tension between 2 of his crew members. This is against corporate policy. You have received a file, or there has been a file complaint to HR. Adam is HR. He is mailing himself.
Ruben's like, there's a point where like Ruben tries to dig his feet and like resist, but then he realizes that he's pretty shrimpy in comparison, and then he just kind of like hangs lip and lets himself
Yes,
get
this
dragged,
is the
even though he
woman that
could have
literally
walked.
took on an army by herself. You definitely can wrestle her to the ground and have your way with it.
Cool.
But yeah,
It's not, Ruben's not interested. No.
once
Hello?
So he does have
Stranger
5
danger.
darts full of that.
Ruben, you see a flicker off in the light from a scope. Somebody is aiming a sniper rifle at you.
Once you're behind the rock, she just let go of your shoulder and basically just huddles behind the rock and looking over, waiting for the convoy with a shotgun in hand.
I like to imagine she did that solely to piss off Logan.
Oh, Ruben, you can definitely see a smirk on her lips.
I don't like where I am, but as long as I don't get hurt, I guess.
By the way, this is probably a good time to ask. I did ask for a scope, but did the sniper rifle came with any other toys attached to it?
Basically a bipod. For some reason, he installed a bayonet.
Oh, by the way, Adam,
Should've
just to let
asked
you know,
for
I gave
superior quality.
you 2 of my narco needles that I made.
Nice.
So you got 2 ammunition for your narc, plus the vial that you have to install in the filter.
Yeah.
By any chance, is the gun superior quality or?
Yes,
Oh,
it is
okay.
a
Now
very
we're
high
talking.
quality gun.
Now we're talking. Okay. Got the good shit. So I'm gonna hum as I very meticulously put the gun together. Having a lot of fun doing so because this is kind of my thing as a sniper. So, yeah. And I'm overlooking the valley as I'm smoking.
I assume we all have radios. You can give us the heads up from your eagle eye perch.
Yep, you can count on me. As soon as I spot something, I will let you know. That reminds me, should I roll perception or something?
Or what do you want to roll perception for?
I mean, I'm basically the lookout, so I'm supposed
Oh,
to
you wanna
give them
see
a
it.
heads up when the convoy's here.
Well, that's true. Let's see. God, you would have so many bonuses with your rifle. Actually, I'll just have you roll perception at base, because you can't really get covered unless it's a sandstorm.
So without any difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Perception's actually a good stat for me. Oh shit. Actually, that was
2.
not good.
It's a good stat. Barely makes it.
I mean, I have a yellow in it.
That's true. But you do see the convoy coming down. You only see the convoy, however.
Heads
Despite
up,
Integrit's assistance, there's a escort with them, but you don't see anything
heads
like
up,
that.
the convoy's coming. So far, I don't see any add-ons. Only the main vehicle.
Also, for what it's worth, given my own experience with corporate entities, I would have made sure we were all on a encrypted frequency.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Not really much of a convoy considering it's one vehicle. Let me double check if I installed the jammer on my car. Maybe we can use that as well just to be safe and fuck with them. Like, oh yeah, I definitely got the jammer, so I'm gonna contact Adam and like, Adam, as soon as the operation starts, make sure to use the jammer. I've parked the car nearby. It should be within range.
Confirmed.
You said there's no other vehicles with it?
Nope, just our target, as far as I can tell. Either they're very sloppy, or something's not right here. And considering my line of work, I'm gonna bet keep your guard up.
Call it a crazy hunch, but keep your eyes peeled on the sky.
Roger that.
It'd be hard to hide something going along the ground, but they could easily use the canyon walls and the clouds as cover.
Flying is incredibly dangerous and not an advisable undertaking.
Put yourselves in the sand.
Yep.
Yes.
Indeed.
Well, I guess I'm hiding behind a rock.
Have you ever seen how that spider video where the spider hides in the sand? I can imagine the Bygale drone doing exactly that. Just in
More or
its hand,
less.
like,
To a spider?
Yeah, just scooping sand over its head, just with its tail still sticking out.
At some point during our 2 days of preparation, I would have just had like a really basic tan blanket, applied some adhesive coating to one side of it, and just covered it in sand that would match
Sand.
the area.
Sand is a very easy resource to find here, so yes, that I would allow. Right,
'Cause
how...
I am not digging a trench.
Now, you set this all up, but I think you've forgotten one hard thing. You never mentioned how you were going to set off the explosives.
I assumed it was a remote detonation.
What, you just took out plastic explosives. You never got a detonator.
That's a valid point.
It's a good thing that we have an excellent sniper rifle that I just procured for precision shots.
Could we use a point of destiny to assume that Adam called out and said, Administrator, maybe install a detonator on those pack of things?
You may use a point of destiny if you wish to avoid this situation.
That might be a good idea, lads.
I remember I mentioned it earlier. You just hadn't made a roll for it.
I was keeping track of everything. You mentioned it, but no one else did.
Alright, fair enough. I'll just spend the point there. Thank you.
There you go. So you did remember. You remember. Oh yeah, there's the detonator. Ooh, that was lucky, Caleb. Oof. Okay, you have it.
Okay. I'm hiding underneath my blanket, got a keen view of where the explosives have been buried, just waiting for the vehicle to get close enough.
Okay then. So, as the vehicle starts getting closer and closer, you see it nearing the detonation area. The tension in the air is palpable. The
By the way, Ash,
dry.
just so you don't pull another fast one on us. When I spotted that the convoy is coming, I stopped looking through the scope so they don't see the flicker on the scope as they're coming.
Okay. As you're going down towards the... No, not you, sorry. As the vehicle's going down towards the explosives, the dry air each time you breathe against the sand, Caleb, you rely on Logan to tell you exactly when it's in position. And as it does, you have 1 moment to press the trigger.
Press it I shall.
Okay. As you push the trigger, the very ground rumbles. In fact, the sheet that was on you literally gets blown off. As you just see the front axle and part of the front just get shattered, scattering pieces across the sands. The vehicle's weight just makes it lurch. The shards of metal digging into the sand scrapes to a stop.
And as soon as that happens, I am running up with my welding torch in hand, ready to try to make sure that they can't get out of the back.
Alright then. You're in a rush, so I would say it's 3 difficulty. Let's see. Actually, since you're so close by, could you make me... Actually, how close by were you?
Close enough that I could dash up to it.
Okay, so I would say make a resilience check.
And the difficulty on that?
Basic 2. You weren't too close to it, I would say. You weren't ridiculously close.
If I can find resilience.
Just under piloting above skullduggery.
Nice.
Okay, you're fine. You resisted the shell shock and you dash up towards the back. I expect you're like putting a plate or something up as you're welding it in.
Yeah, I would have had something just like, because I have my toolkit with me, I would have just had enough scrap to make sure that it gets welded shut properly.
Alright, roll mechanics, and while you're doing that, Adam, I believe this is your part of the plan.
Yep. Adam bursts out of the sand without any real care for, his own safety and rushes towards where he knows the thing is.
Alright then.
Don't forget the jammer as well.
Yep, I'm blasting on the jammer. The jam is on. Everyone who is, suffering the jamming will have to listen to, I don't know, what would be a suitably picked song everyone has to listen to.
Would it be an oldie but a goodie, or would it be like a corporate jingle?
I'm thinking something from slow-mo Deathpool moments.
I still like the idea of annoying the enemy with loud EDM music.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Something from an elevator.
Okay, but to do this, your frequencies would also get jammed at this point. Just so we're clear.
Yeah, well, I think we're good with jamming our
Yeah,
own
we're
frequencies.
Alright, cool. So you're jamming your own
just-
frequencies.
Yep.
Most of us are within earshot.
Yes. That being said, as you go up to, you can make a computer's check to see just how well you hack for Purifier. And at that moment, Integra is going to drag Ruben along with her towards the ship, but keep him back as she moves to the front. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, triumph.
Nicely done.
You gain, not only do you find the purifier, but you also figure out how you open the vents in different areas of the ship, so the gas will be able to get in quite well. You open up what's essentially what you're opening up is, those little hanging things you put on cars to make them smell nice. Essentially, this little hole where you put liquid into was essentially meant to do this, but you're boosting it and using it as a nice little delivery system.
Right. That's nice. Could I use that triumph to gain control of their locks and just lock down the whole thing? Like, I assume this has some sort of, automated lock, like just a regular electronic lock, like most modern cars have.
Yes, you may.
Right. I lock their vehicle so they can't get out.
Yeah, Caleb, you do hear banging on several of the doors and hatches, but it seems like somebody's locked them down.
And then I'd like to start pumping in the gas. Greetings, you are currently being carjacked. Please do not struggle. This might result in bodily harm.
How nice of you, Adam, to warn them like that.
You can hear them within just shouting. It's like, what are you doing? We have children in here. You can't. And you just hear them hit the ground.
Great. I'll unlock the doors.
Okay, as you unlock the doors, you see they were basically lying about children, as there's just 4 heavily armed men, around about 4 dignitaries inside.
God, to think that they would lie to us like that.
That's very rude, very ungentlemanly.
I would suggest that you constrain the men so that if they should wake up prematurely due to higher constitutional values than regular baseline individuals, they do not get out of hand.
I guess Ruben, after the doors are unlocked and it seems like the kicking and the struggling stops, I'm going to open up the door, make my way in, and see if I can assess how out of it they are.